I'm Robert Alexander. You might know me as a hairstylist, wig maker, and extension specialist with over 16 years of experience, but that's only part of who I am. Though I was raised in Detroit, I moved to the suburbs for about 6 years where I learned so many life lessons. I've traveled, I've crashed out, I've spent too much and did too little. I even fell in love with potential a few times. But after 6 years of sleeping on myself, I finally woke up and decided to do things my way. So here's to life on my terms, solely for the plot. I woke up this morning saying that I did not want to be the friend who is telling all of my friends what to do. I don't want to parent my friends. I just want to be me. I want to let people live their lives, make their own mistakes, have agency over their own lives, right? That's me at my core. However, I also love to be helpful. I love to kind of kick the tires with the way that people think, right? That being said, a friend and I were having a conversation, and I said that it's important to live responsibly. And I am someone that has the belief that energy is transferable. And I think that having sex with someone is one of the most intimate things that you can do. And if you're not careful, you will contract their energy through physical connection. And all of that to say that I said it's important to live responsibly. There's nothing wrong. I am sex positive. Do what you want, live your life. But be mindful of who you spend time with, who you spend energy with. The conversation was about a diet, not just what you eat, but what you consume with media, what you consume spiritually, what you consume physically, energetically, who you allow into your space, so on and so forth. And I end all of that by saying live responsibly. His question to me was, how do you preach being delusional and also living responsibly? And to give context, delusional living for me is limitless. So how can you speak to limitlessness and also responsibility, which sounds like limitations? And I said that my delusions are a forecast for what I aspire to embody, to receive, to maintain. That being said, I have to walk a certain path to obtain what I aspire to. For example, let's just say you want a party for yourself and you want 2,000 guests. You have to make preparations to accommodate 2,000 people. The food, the seating, the plating, the space, the acoustics, the lighting, the guest list, the ambiance. There are so many things that go into something as grand as having 2,000 people show up for you. And I said to him, imagine saying, I want 2,000 guests, but having the capacity of your apartment. My apartment is beautiful, but there is no way in hell 2,000 people could fit in this space. And so, to connect my delusions and my responsibility, the delusion is the 2,000 guests. The responsibility is developing the capacity to accommodate that in which I desire. And I don't think we have this conversation enough. So me being me, trying to let my friends have agency, sorry, I never try, I do. Allowing my friends to have agency, allowing my friends to live their lives and learn from their own mistakes. However, speaking to the refinement that I desire, not only for myself, but everyone that I love, at the level in which they can receive it. That's my objective. It's important to me that the people around me have an understanding of what it means to do this life experience. It's very fast. Just 2 minutes ago, I was 7 years old. And all of a sudden, I'm 36, and I'll soon be 37. And As beautiful as my life is, this is not even close to what I aspire to. However, I love it all because it's all indication of a developing capacity to become and maintain more. If we are vessels, we have to be able to hold space for that in which we desire. There is no way to grow and be comfortable. That doesn't mean that we need to live a life of being tortured and suffering. I don't preach to that whatsoever. But I will say that it is important that we get comfortable with the discomfort. It's important to lean into the stretching. It's important to accept that in order to become that version of us that we aspire to, it's going to take discipline. It's going to take living responsibly, right? Whatever that means. I'm not here to condemn nobody, trust me, but I'm saying that you have to have discipline. You have to be aligned with the version of yourself that you want to become. Otherwise, you're just somebody honestly talking out of your ass. Oh, I want to be rich one day. And this is something else that I said to my friend. It's one thing to say, I want to be a billionaire. What does that mean? I want to be a billionaire. I want $1 billion. What does that mean? How do we conceptualize $1 billion? But what I'll say is I know that $8.7 million for me, I know exactly what I would do with it. I've already mapped it out by the month and for every single year up until a certain age. I've already done that math. And the importance in that is that I am developing the capacity to receive it, whereas someone else that money might fall in their hand and fall through their fingers. It's gonna be in my hand because I know what I'm gonna do with it. I wouldn't blink. I wouldn't think twice because I already have the capacity and understanding of what that money is gonna do for me. Not what I'm gonna do for it. I know what it's going to do for me. Earlier today, I was talking to my client. She's been with me for, I oftentimes say 4 salons. The salon I started at as an assistant, the salon I started at as, I would say, a junior stylist, and grew my studio, and then my larger studio that I'm at right now. The 2 studios are in the same building, but I've technically moved twice and rebranded. And so she's seen the way that it's more difficult to get an appointment with me. And she's like a mom to me. She has twins. I oftentimes refer to myself as the third twin. It's a running joke that we have. And she said to me, "Are you still thinking about getting an assistant?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do want an assistant, but this space is not big enough for me and an assistant because I have a private studio. It's one-on-one. A part of my brand is the exclusivity of my undivided attention. So I don't want someone that I'm training to be talking and blow drying and making noise and doing whatever else in the room. It's just not sexy." And so she's like, "Well, what do you think? Do you think you'll get another studio?" I was like, I mean, I thought about it, but eventually I'm just gonna need a building of my own. And she said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna need my own building." And she just cracked up laughing. And I was like, I didn't recognize how big that sounds to someone because I'm just working my plan. I have my eye on the vision that I have for myself in the same way that I have my eye on that $8.7 million. I said it like I need a new pair of socks. It's not something that like, oh my God, if I got a building, oh my God, if I got 8.7 million, no, that's mine. It's only a matter of time before I get it. It's only a matter of time before I get it because my energies are focused towards that. If I don't get it, I won't even entertain that. It's mine. And to take it all the way back to the initial question, that is how I balance my delusion and also living responsibly to the capacity or to the level that aligns with my core beliefs, my personal morals, not for anyone else's. I'm living a life that is responsible for me feeling good about myself when I go to bed at night, not for anyone else. I used to do it the other way. Doesn't work out. Doesn't work out that way. And so I wanted to share all of that because I thought that that question was so profound. I thought that question was very affirming for me. And like I said in a previous episode, being around people that are different from you does one of two things. It affirms the beliefs that you already have, or it challenges your thinking in such a way that it expands your perspective. I think that's a better word to use. So that being said, that's what I want to do going forward. I've been treading very carefully so that I don't upset anyone that I care about. But I am only speaking what I believe in. And if you don't, that's okay. Let's respectfully have a conversation about it. But I don't know what happened. Well, it all stemmed from that Cardi B concert. Speaking of energy being transferable, all I did was share an experience with Parrish. And all of a sudden, the exposure to someone who is fearlessly himself, lovingly, fully accepting of himself, there's no way I could see that and not embody it. What? Oh, that's on the menu? Unconditional love of self? Oh, yeah, I'll have 10. Run that to me. Thank you. That's what I'm on now. So, yeah, what y'all want to talk about? I wasn't sure which of my playlists or podcasts this was going to go on. I'm like, this could be for the plot, but this could also go. I could have also taken it to becoming a 5-star stylist. But this one right here, this one's got a little sweetness to it. This is going to be for the plot. I'm just going to continue to lean into doing what I want to do because I've developed the capacity of self-trust to know that whatever I do, I can deal with. Whatever I eat, that's on me. And the reason that I want to be transparent with this, the reason I want to be candid in conversation with this is because I want to inspire others who are oppressed by their own thoughts, their own beliefs. Forgive me, I need to correct myself. Oppressed by their parents' thoughts and their parents' beliefs, even their mentors' thoughts and beliefs, even their peers' thoughts and beliefs. We are not aware of how easily we establish a foundation of beliefs based on what was said to us, what we've unconsciously ascribed to. And in therapy, I'm doing trauma work right now. I recognize that I had a belief that has affected every single one of my relationships without me even knowing it, without me even consenting to it. And so now it's time to shake the table. So now, with everything just said to you, I challenge you, I urge you to do something a little bit different. Do something a little bit against the grain. Do something that aligns with your satisfaction and no one else's, solely for the plot.